Back here in the parlor, joining us in the studio, John Kearns and Beth Mahoney discussing the upcoming men's and women's conferences from the Diocese of Fall River. Thank you so much for being with us.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Maybe if you could start, John, tell us a little bit about it. Now, these are two distinct separate conferences?
No, this is one conference.
This is one
for
conference.
Both
okay,
men
great,
and women.
great.
We tried it last year in the Fall River Diocese for the first time and got a great response. In fact, people leaving that day were asking if we were going to do it again this year. So we're happy to say we are. It's March 10th. We have four great presenters. Father Dave Dwyer from Busted Halo.
Oh!
Father Tony Ciora from Sacred Heart University in Connecticut, who's done a lot of work with spiritual development. Sister Marie Paul Curley, a daughter of St. Paul, who's a real gifted multimedia artist. And back again, Valimar Jansen, who is a Christian music artist, who last year literally had the place dancing. So it's a good lineup of presenters. Bishop DeCunha will celebrate a closing mass for us and offer the homily. So, and with a lot of other things thrown in the day too as well. So.
Sure, great.
I say, you know, before we went to the break, I said that part of my heart is in Fall River because I have many priest friends with whom I studied in the seminary, and they're priests of the Diocese of Fall River. And Bishop Cronin, when he was Bishop of Fall River back in the day, he used to always say, Bob, I have the papers right here for you to sign. He was always trying to get me to come over. So, Diocese of Fall River, great, great place. What a great opportunity for men and women to celebrate their faith, these great presenters. Yeah. What's the theme? Because I think it's a great one. I've seen it written somewhere.
Okay, the theme is Be on Fire, Set the World on Fire. Part of that comes from the convocation in Orlando that we attended. We had a delegation from Fall River with Bishop DeCunha in July, and we came back and we were on fire from Orlando. And we said we want to share that with everybody. And as we were talking about what happened in Orlando and how are we going to follow through with that, we said we need, each one of us individually needs to be on fire in order to set the world on fire and to share that message.
So you were actually personally present at the convocation in Orlando.
Yes.
What was it about that event? Because I wasn't able to go. What was it about that event that set you on fire? Yeah.
I think it was the trust and the honesty that everybody was sharing about the issues in the church right now, and how are we looking at them, and what are we doing with them, and how are we conveying that. There was a deep spirit that was visible there, whether it was speaking to the bishops or speaking to the other delegates that were there. There was just such enthusiasm about the church and our faith and wanting to spread that and to live it.
Great to translate that then back to the Diocese of Fall River. Yeah.
Right, and that's what we are trying to do. We had good success at the last one, and we want to keep that momentum going.
Absolutely.
And John, talk about who you want to see at this event. And I understand it's a very great venue. Maybe you could talk about that as well.
A place you're familiar with. We are back at Stonehill College.
Excellent.
We were there last year. It's in the Ames Sports Complex. It's a great facility for this. And they were great people to work with. We're inviting really anyone from the age of 18 up, and in fact this year what we're featuring for the first time is a separate track for young adults, for those 18 to 30 years old, where the presentations will be more focused on the needs facing that age group. So we encourage everyone to come and join us.
And Bishop DeCunha himself is on fire. I mean, he's a great man. I've had the opportunity to get to know him just a little bit, you know, since I was ordained bishop. And what time is the Mass, by the way?
The Mass is going to be 4 o'clock that day.
So can I say it counts for the weekend?
Yes.
I mean, that's key.
It is. It is very key.
Yeah. And that's a change since last year. This one does count. So
very
we
good.
adjusted the schedule, but we're starting an hour later to give make it easier for folks who travel from the Cape and other places to get there, so it works out for everybody at both ends.
I predict it's going to be sunny, temperatures in the mid-50s, no snow on the ground at Stonehill College on Saturday, March 10th. That's my prediction.
That would be delightful.
I'm in the business of making predictions today.
Okay.
Talk about, and then you've been doing this for a little bit. You mentioned the responses that you've gotten. Maybe if you could talk about that and how people have responded to this event every year.
Yeah, I mean, last year we had kind of set a number that we thought we should get at for a number of reasons, and we exceeded that really by a couple hundred. We had some room set aside for adoration, which proved not large enough for all the folks that wanted to avail themselves of that. The opportunity for the Sacrament of Reconciliation, people in line. So it was a real positive day. And it was the day after a real kind of a snowy, windy day. We didn't, you know, how that was going to work out with the parking lot, but no complaints, all positives.
And right in the heart of the season of Lent, too, which I
Right.
think is great.
Right, exactly. And we also have the opportunity for vendors to share their ministry and to share their resources that they have to help others to continue what they have experienced at the conference.
And we're just about out of time, but let people know where they can get tickets, find out more. John?
Okay, you can register online at fallriverdiocese.org. Or our parishes all have flyers. If you want to mail it in, you can download it off the website and do that too. So fallriverdiocese.org will give you all the information you need to register.
Great.
What if you're not in the Diocese of Fall River? Can you go still?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Same price.
That's great.
Good to know. Thank you so
Thanks
much,
for having
Beth
us.
and
Thank you so
John.
much for having us.
And
Thank
enjoy
you.
the game, too.
Absolutely. Go Patriots.
Yeah, exactly. Go Pats. And thank